Coconut oil may have had its moment in the spotlight as a trendy cooking fat and hair mask ingredient, but beneath its glossy surface lies something much more compelling: medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. These short-chain fats are metabolized differently than the long-chain fats found in most oils and animal products. They don't require bile salts for digestion, don't get stored in fat tissue, and most importantly, they go straight to the liver, where they're rapidly converted into ketones, those brain-friendly molecules that act like clean-burning fuel for your neurons. But here's where it gets interesting. The benefits of MCTs extend far beyond energy. These ketone bodies may actually help protect neuronal DNA from the kind of oxidative damage and genomic chaos that contributes to cognitive decline and neurodegenerative disease, especially Alzheimer's. So, let's break this down. The brain, despite being only about 2% of body weight, burns through 20% of your daily energy. And when glucose metabolism becomes inefficient, whether due to insulin resistance, aging, or chronic inflammation, neurons start running on fumes. This metabolic shortfall triggers oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, and, you guessed it, DNA damage in brain cells. This includes everything from single-strand breaks and oxidized bases to more catastrophic chromosomal instability. Over time, these mutations accumulate, impairing neural function and paving the way for neurodegenerative conditions. Enter MCTs. When converted to beta-hydroxybutyrate, BHB, the primary ketone body, these molecules don't just provide an alternative energy source. They act as signaling compounds that trigger protective gene expression in neurons. One of their major targets is PGC-1A, a master regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis and antioxidant defense. Activating this pathway leads to improved mitochondrial function, reduced oxidative stress, and more efficient ADP production, all of which reduce DNA damage in highly active, energy-hungry brain cells. Even more compelling is the evidence that ketones from MCTs inhibit histone deacetylases, DAX, enzymes that normally suppress gene transcription. By inhibiting DAX, ketones promote a more relaxed chromatin state, allowing DNA repair genes like OGG1, XRCC1, and BRCA1 to be more actively transcribed. That's right. Your morning spoonful of coconut oil could be helping your neurons upregulate their repair toolkit. This is particularly relevant in Alzheimer's disease, where DNA repair mechanisms often falter early in the disease process, leading to genomic instability, cell cycle reentry errors, and neuronal death. And here's a wild twist. Ketones themselves may directly protect DNA by acting as antioxidants. While not as potent as glutathione or vitamin C, BHB scavenges reactive oxygen species and reduces lipid peroxidation, thereby shielding both mitochondrial and nuclear DNA from free radical-induced mutations. Combine this with MCT's ability to reduce inflammation via lowering NF-B activation and cytokine production, and you've got a neurochemical environment that's dramatically less hostile to DNA. Research in animal models and early human trials has also shown cognitive benefits in populations with mild cognitive impairment and early Alzheimer's when MCT supplementation is introduced. Improvements in memory, attention, and even verbal fluency have been linked to rising ketone levels, suggesting that beyond symptom relief, there may be actual cellular repair or neuroprotection taking place at the DNA and mitochondrial level. Importantly, the brain seems to prefer ketones under certain conditions. In fact, during fasting or carbohydrate restriction, up to 70% of the brain's energy can come from ketones. By mimicking this metabolic state with MCTs, without requiring strict keto diets, you can potentially tap into those same DNA-stabilizing benefits, especially in older individuals or those experiencing cognitive slowdown. So while coconut oil won't magically reverse aging or erase all genetic errors in your brain, its MCT content does give it a unique neuroprotective edge. By boosting ketones, enhancing mitochondrial function, and dialing up your brain's own DNA repair enzymes, it offers more than energy. It offers genomic stewardship. And in a world where Alzheimer's is expected to affect over 150 million people by 2050, a spoonful of coconut oil might just be one of the simplest, tastiest tools in your neuroprotection toolkit.